click that subscribe button, click the little bell, and you'll get notified every single time I upload a video. So on this episode, I have Steve Martinez, and he's from Restore Wellness RGV. He's a PA. And what I like about this episode is that he's giving out a lot of positivity. And I think that's what a lot of us need right now during this time when we're quarantined at home and we have nothing else to do. Our morale is down. So go ahead and take a listen. Steve Martinez. All right. So on today's podcast, I have Steve Martinez, and he's a PA at Restore Wellness RGV. So these stats that I'm about to give you are as of April 2nd, 2020. So right now, Hidalgo County has 62 reported cases of coronavirus. 6.6 million Americans just filed for unemployment, and more than 1,000 people in the U.S. have died in a single day from the coronavirus. So what I really wanted to get Steve on is to talk about how we can touch on health and wellness while having a shelter-in-place order. So Steve, please introduce yourself to everybody.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Josh. I appreciate your time. So again, my name is Steve Martinez, and I'm a physician assistant here in McAllen, Texas, and I'm the owner of Restore Wellness. So Restore Wellness is a functional medicine clinic. So what we do is we take a more in-depth approach to people's signs and symptoms and complications. So if someone was to come to us and they had anywhere from anxiety, depression, fatigue, hair issues, skin issues, weight issues, mood issues, chronic pain issues, hormone imbalance, the question we always ask ourselves is why? Why are you going through this? What system may be not functioning to optimal levels causing your symptoms? And that's what we always try to do. So we try to get people to achieve optimal health through natural, functional, and clean therapies. And so, and that's what we do, and that's what we practice. And so we want people to get that vitality back, that energy back, that enthusiasm back. But we want to do it in a very natural way because we're creating naturally. So, and that's the approach we take. So we have a lot of fun here. And a lot of our guests, they are happy, and because they're seeing results without the need of pharmaceutical medications. And like I said, our services extend from, anywhere from hormonal issues to chronic pain to sleep to, chronic injuries that may not be going away. And we have different therapies, modalities, and techniques and routines to help achieve those results. So that's what we do here.
Awesome. So I think right now having happiness is obviously something that everybody's trying to have. I mean, we're in a shelter in place, and I guess the morale of everybody is kind of down right now. What have you seen on your end?
Yeah, exact same thing. I've definitely seen that. Like I said, people have been calling our clinic quite a bit, asking for, just different recommendations on what they can do, because this is something new for all of us. Let's be honest. A lot of us haven't, experienced, a pandemic like this before. But I want to encourage everyone, it's always good in everywhere in just life in general, but also in health and wellness to, plan and prepare. But let's try our best not to panic, because when we panic, it actually physically changes our body, and our immune system actually decreases. And at times like this, we want our immune system to be as strong as possible. So, that general overall happiness and reflection, and just trying to, do what we can to prepare and keep ourselves safe, but also realize that, all we can do is our best that time. I mean, there's things that are out of our control that we have no influence over. So let's focus on what we do know, not so much on maybe what we don't know, what we can do versus what's out of our control. And then that will help, kind of keep things in perspective to plan and prepare, but not to panic, because we don't want those cortisol levels going higher than it needs to be. We don't need our gut health to start going, acting in a dysfunctional way. So different systems in our body, even though we might be feeling something emotionally or psychologically, can actually physically change us to make us feel worse. And that's something we don't want, especially at this time in our society.
So I guess the $1,000,000 question is what can people be doing right now for their health during this shelter at home?
Absolutely. So I think one of the main things is, I think the social distancing is a good thing to keep in place. And I think that if we obey those, those guidelines at this time, it's going to do quite a bit for us. But also there's much more we can do outside of that, And here, we always focus on different routines to help fuel the body, to heal the body, to heal the cells, because it's all about cell health. If our cells are healthy and functioning well, And a lot of times we feel, very enthusiastic. We have the energy, we have the vitality that we want. So I think that, trying our best to do the basics in life, eat good, clean, whole foods. A lot of times we use the term, food is medicine, because food is medicine. It's not just kind of like medicine. It is medicine, because that is what our bodies need, and what we put in is what we get out. And so having a good, well-balanced diet is something always very, very important. And we want to move too. Exercise as much as possible. I know that the gyms are closed, the studios are closed, the yoga clinics are closed, but there's things that we can do inside our house, whether we got to put something on YouTube, they would do a 20-minute video, or, a stretching routine, or just basic calisthenics in our living room. Whatever we can do to keep our body in motion, I would highly recommend, because that's going to, again, keep our immune system up, keep our well-being. Even the psychological effect of working out is an excellent therapy for anxiety and depression for those, who've been experiencing those issues for a while. So I think those two are very, very important. And again, we want to, surround ourselves with optimism and positivity as much as possible. And there's a lot of negativity out there. And again, if we go back to that plan and prepare and try not to panic, I think it's going to create a sense of peace and well-being within us that our bodies really need at this time. So, spend time with your family, read good books, get some sleep, and do these things to try to, keep yourself balanced in the four pillars that we really believe in, as far as emotionally, physically, intellectually, and also spiritually as well. So keeping balance is something that is an objective that we all should try to strive for and have first and foremost in our life right now.
No, you're absolutely right. What I started helping my wife with is she's a dance teacher, so she's obviously not in work right now, but I've been helping her create like 20-minute workout videos, which she's starting to push out a little bit more. And I think right now is also the time to really ground yourself in social media and push yourself out, because right now you can get a lot of growth through social media if you're offering value back.
Absolutely. No, I 1,000% agree with that too, because this is, like I said, we all go through, ups and downs in life. We all do. We're human beings. So, like I said, I truly believe if we're able to take, say, a negative situation, if we view that as the coronavirus is continuing to increase in our society, let's try to do our best to find, the bright light in every situation, because every negative situation does have a positive opportunity for us to grow. And I think that, if we can try to, take our time to reflect and to look for those positive, opportunities for growth and just for knowledge and, to help others as well, that's a really cool thing that, that we're all going through together. So that's what I hope people are able to do. And that's going to help, again, with their physical health, their mental health, their emotional health, and to really help them, say, okay, you know what, we will get through this. It's the time where it is very stressful right now, but this will pass. And I think having a sense of peace and well-being until it does is something that we need to be working together on.
So let's talk about how your health and wellness is actually an important factor for your mental health.
Yeah, no, actually, absolutely, because they're connected. So like I said, a lot of times people see stress, anxiety, chronic pain, mood swings, mental fog, fatigue, weight gain, loss of muscle, you name it. A lot of times they try to categorize those into different areas. Okay, this is just physical, or this is just mental, this is just emotional. But they're all connected. They're intertwined and work synergistically. So, the health and wellness is very important, especially when we talk about minerals and vitamins and supplements and things like that, exercise, movement, sleep, things like that, because that actually helps with our mental health. Because a lot of times we see a lot of people here with anxiety and depression, or fatigue and irritation and those type of issues. So a lot of times we acknowledge the symptoms, but we focus on which system may not be functioning to optimal levels right now that's causing your symptoms, if that makes sense. So a lot of times, when we talk about eating good food, because we want good gut health, our metabolism, our digestion is so important. So if someone would come to us and say, man, I have, anxiety and fatigue, but you know what? I also have, gastritis and bloating, constipation, diarrhea, acid reflux, things like that. I was like, you know what? Your gut health isn't functioning the way it's supposed to. And we have 90% of our serotonin that is produced in our gut that we need to help with, our mental health. So, like I said, it's connected. And even when we talk about hormonal balance, for your estrogen, your progesterone, your testosterone, your thyroid, your cortisol levels, these are all very important key things within our system that need to be balanced. If they're not balanced, we feel off balance. And so, like I said, keeping things, optimized is very important, because we don't want to just be just kind of eking by in life, just surviving. We want to thrive in life. And so, in how we do that, again, it comes back to the exercise, the sleep, the good supplements, the food, the vitamins, and to keep things all in balance. So I recommend right now for anyone who's listening that, okay, what can I do? What can I take? What kind of supplements? It's going to be vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. Very, very important vitamins and supplements for us to help strengthen our immune system and also help with hormonal balance, because a lot of people don't even know it. For vitamin D, for example, that vitamin D is not a vitamin. Not a vitamin at all. It's actually a pro-hormone. So it actually helps make other hormones in our body. So it's one of the number one pro-hormones we need to help with our mental health, with anxiety and depression. So when people have low levels of vitamin D, a lot of times it's just kind of written off. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, vitamin D, yeah, it's important, but just go outside and get some more sun or whatever. But they don't realize how important vitamin D is, because it helps make other hormones that keep us balanced and stable as far as our mental health in our life. So, like I said, a lot of things, I could go on forever. A lot of things are connected, but we want to get down to the systems and make sure that they are functioning to the best of their ability. And that is going to help with our symptoms. And that's what we try to achieve here. And that's how we break down every single visit when someone comes into our clinic.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, because right now, everybody's at home, everybody's eating, everybody's not really thinking. The morale is down with people. So, if they're anything like me, I'm an emotional eater. So it is what it is, right? But that's why I'm happy to have you on the show, so you can share your experiences with us.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And think about this. Think about, when people are under stress and they're emotional eaters. What are they trying to achieve? We want comfort. That's why they call them what? Comfort food. Because it creates a sense of well-being and this dopamine release that we want, the sugars, the fats, the carbs, things like that. Why? Because those make us feel good. Let's be honest. If someone would say, okay, well, I'm kind of stressed out right now, I can eat a kale salad, or I can go to Chick-fil-A or whatever, So, you're going to choose, the ones that our brains want, because the brains want those fats and those sugars and those carbs, because that makes us feel good. So that's the part about, trying to understand why we do what we do when we do it, because our bodies want to feel balanced. And so if we're able to achieve a greater sense of well-being and calmness through maybe, again, exercise, stretching, meditation, sleep, proper vitamins and minerals, things like that, to help with our stress, help with our cortisol levels, and that's going to help prevent us from wanting those foods as much as we do, because our body's going to be nourished and hydrated and balanced in many different ways to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm going through a stressful time right now, but I have that armor on. I'm able to withstand it at this moment and not want to reach out as quickly as I normally would for these other things that might be damaging to my body. As far as, again, the sugar causes inflammation, it causes gastritis, the carbs cause bloating, weight gain, mood swings, mental fog, things like that. So we want to focus on, again, I totally understand, we all go through it. When we have cortisol levels due to stress, we're in the fight or flight mode. That is the sympathetic system in our body, fight or flight mode. When we're in that mode, the fight or flight mode, and we're stressed out, we can't participate in the other mode, the parasympathetic mode, which is called the rest and digest. And so a lot of times people, when they're stressed out, they have problems sleeping at night, or they have problems digesting their food, because we're always in this battle of fighting and running from this stress that our body's like, I got to get away from this stress somehow so I can participate in the rest and digest mode to be more calm and well balanced. So that's always the challenge. And we can help people with that. That's what we do here as far as natural and functional therapies to heal the body, to heal the system, to help with your symptoms. And that's what I would recommend for everyone to try to reflect upon. It's like, why am I doing this? How come? And how can I maybe, do other things that might be a little more healthy for me that, can satisfy the same desire that my brain and my body want. Does that make sense? Is that
yeah, definitely does. Definitely does. So let's talk some tips for people who are struggling with health issues right now with the limited access to everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. So like I said, everybody has a health journey, and we truly believe that all of us, we need a team to help you on that path of health and happiness. And so, a lot of times people just need that, that enthusiasm, that optimism, say, hey, we can do this, because many times, we think that, I'm old, my time has passed, I'm past my prime, I can't get back the energy and the strength that I once had. I don't believe that. I believe that we can't stop aging, but we don't need to feel old. And so having, this regeneration anti-aging medicine that we practice here is awesome and a lot of fun because people are healing and getting back their life the way they want. So with how we are in society right now, how, clinicians and clinics are kind of, doing a modified schedule right now, there's a lot of things we can do. I think that, like I said, for us, if you have any questions, please call. We have free 15-minute consultations just to answer your questions. If you have any comments or concerns or confused about something, give us a call. It costs nothing to talk with us, and we want to help. This is truly our passion here, and we love doing what we do. So just give us a call. We also have, telemedicine. Telemedicine is great. So I'm able to see people and have consultations virtually. I can see you on my computer screen. You can see me, and we can talk to have that communication and just that flow to understand, of how you're doing and how I can help, And there's a lot of great things, like you said earlier, on social media. There's a lot of great tips and a lot of great clinicians locally and around the world right now. They're just saying, hey, we want to help you. So here, think about these things, look into these different techniques and routines, but also keep in mind that everyone's different. Everyone's different. So, we all need different things in different doses at different times. And so I guess trying to learn about yourself and think about what you want to achieve. What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are your desires? What do you want to overcome? What do you want to accomplish in your life? Because that is what helps us clinicians develop a plan to help get you there. Because if we don't know where we're going, we'll never get there. Right. And so that's what we want. Very, very focused and to understand that, hey, you're not alone. We're all in together. So like I said, my clinic, just give us a call. We'll talk with you. No problem. And I know a lot of other clinics out there are doing the same. So I guess, reach out. Don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel like we have no options to really help you in this time. I guess, encourage people just to reach out as much as you can because there are options. There are techniques that we can use to help a lot of people. Yeah,
I think the interesting thing about telemedicine is it's been around for a while, but this whole pandemic really forced us to use technology and use it fast.
Absolutely. And it's working too. A lot of people are pretty excited about telemedicine. We do telemedicine all day, every day here since the pandemic has really hit. And so we have a lot of options as far as, again, I call people from around the country and we have our visits. And if people need supplements or vitamins or any type of nutrition, what we do is we just meet them outside. We do that, that curbside service like everybody's doing. Yep. And so, like I said, we're really trying to accommodate as much as we can because, we're still really busy, which is a good thing because people are hungry. They're more in tune. They're opening up. They're awake to say, hey, you know what? My gosh, I need to reflect upon myself and how I'm doing because I need to be strong right now. Not only myself, my friends, my family, the people I care about. And so that's where, we're taking this opportunity to really just educate, to say, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we do within our family. It might work for you too. If not, hey, that's okay. Let's keep on learning. Let's keep on customizing or critiquing because that's what we do here. It can't be a cookie cutter therapy. because everyone's different. Everyone's different. So we have to make sure that we have individualized therapies for each person, and that is how we're going to get you on the path of health and wellness. And I think at times like this, again, people are more in tune, they're more awake, they're hungry, and they want to be as strong as they can. And it's encouraging them to ask questions, and that's what we want. We want questions to learn how we can help you the best.
Awesome. So before we finish off the podcast, I just got a couple more questions. What have you seen
Absolutely.
in your line of work now that the coronavirus is here, going throughout our counties, and what other insight can you give us from your profession?
Yeah, no, like I said before, I think people are more awake right now because we're getting a lot of people who are not our guests. Just people from see us on social media or just have questions about, random questions about vitamins and nutrients and minerals and how to strengthen your immune system. So I think that, like I said, overall, I think, people, things have slowed down though. Things have slowed down as far as traffic in the clinic. And talking to a lot of my colleagues and people who I'm friends with who are also clinicians, things have changed. Things are different. I think people are more aware, so they're kind of staying indoors and they're not going out as much. But like I said, the good thing is people are calling. Our phones are ringing off the hook every day because people are just asking the questions we want them to ask. I think this is a time of reflection and awakening because people are saying, wow, you know what? This is a situation where I'm not in control. I can't control everything, but I can control me, what I put into my body. I can help with my family and my friends, giving them advice and sharing these types of things. So I think people are coming together. Yeah. I see a lot of camaraderie and unity across the board because a lot of people are, referring their friends and referring their families just to ask questions because, hey, this could help you. So I think it's pretty cool in a way. Like I said, even though, the coronavirus isn't, obviously is a very horrible thing, but I think there's a lot of good coming out of it as well. And people are coming together, getting excited and encouraged about how can I become the best I can be? How can I become the best version of myself? And I think once we do that, I hope that this trend and this enthusiasm will continue after this passes. This will pass. This will pass. We just need to do our best, to prepare ourselves, again, to plan and prepare, not to panic, and then to carry on this motivation into the future because this is the way we will become strong and happy and vibrant individuals. And we're here to help and assist you in that journey.
Awesome. Well, Steve, once again, thank you for coming on the podcast. Thank you for your positivity. I think a lot of people need the positive message right now, especially everybody that's going through negativity on social media. Everybody's like hearsay, somebody's saying this. So with so much misinformation out there, a lot of people have negative attitudes towards a lot of things. So I thank you for your positivity.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, we're here for those out there. So if there's anything we can do to help, just give us a call and we'll be more than happy to sit down with you, to talk with you, to answer any of your comments or questions and to help, create that teamwork and family environment. And we would love to do that. That's our passion here at Restore Wellness. So.
Great. Once again, we got Steve Martinez, PA from Restore Wellness RGV. Thank you again, Steve. Like what you're hearing? Click that subscribe button below, hit the bell, and you'll get notified every single time I upload a video.